Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Umineko. Uh, I apologize in advance for any sort of audio problems there may be. My old mics kicked the bucket, and now I'm working with an app that uses my phone as an external microphone. So, hopefully, it's not going to sound too bad. Um, and if it does, I
It'll be
hope
okay.
yeah, hopefully, you guys will stick around. Anyway, maybe if you really want, leave a comment, and I'll release another version of this video where I mute myself. All right,
It's just me.
it's just Rena, and you just have to imagine what I'm saying.
I can imagine it'd be pretty easy to assume with the text on the screen and everything.
Yeah, but we do love our tangents.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So, last time, because it's been a while for us, um, Angie summoned five of the seven sisters, I believe, and then passed out. All right. That's right. Just once in the past, I underwent training in order to step into the world of witches. I accepted that the only power that could save me from those sad, painful days at St. Lucia Academy was the thing called magic, and I received Maria's introduction to the basics. Imagine a vast space. The scene from when I looked down at the mountain's base from a rest stop at the peak. Oh, this is where Rosa led Beatrice to die. Like this? I projected that scene from a memory into my mental world. Normal girls get over their fascination with magical girls when they leave elementary school. So seriously training to use magic at this age was embarrassing, even for me. But even that embarrassed feeling that felt pleasant to me now. Wait, what? Shit. But even that embarrassed feeling that felt pleasant to me now. There we go. Right then, I was learning mental concentration from Maria Onei-chan in order to use magic. But it wasn't going very well. It was about as hopeless as teaching a person to wriggle their ears by showing them. It seems that you need to imagine a vast space to gain the mental concentration for using magic. This is great. I'm like standing up and I'm like using my hands to talk right now.
Mm.
this is exclusively for me. So I remembered the time from my younger days when my family had gone on a small vacation. When I had looked down towards the base from a viewing platform at a rest stop on a peak. And I tried painting the scene in my mental world.
No, still far too small.
You're far too small.
Imagine a much wider space. And create your own mental world. Your image is still way too foggy.
Not my fault it was a foggy day that day.
There's no temperature in the air and there's no wind. No smells either. The world is still very faint. You can leave those for later, so for now imagine an even wider space.
Why do you have to imagine a vast space? This voice is way whinier than it was before.
From the time of their birth, humans have inside of them a toxin that blocks magic. If that toxin isn't purified, you can't use magic well. One effective method of achieving this is to imagine a vast space.
Just now, I thought of the world as seen from the window of an airplane, but that didn't work. I can't even think of a world more vast than that.
In that case, Maria just had to teach Angie about the vast world Maria has. Won't that make it easy for Angie to imagine as well? If you...
That's right. And I'm interested in the kind of world One-chan imagines when she uses magic. I'll use it for reference.
That won't work. Mental world must be vast and isolated. A world with no obstructions other than yourself. So if you teach someone about that world, it won't be isolated anymore. That's why you mustn't reveal your mental world to anyone.
Well, shit.
And if you draw up a good mental world, you two must keep it a secret only for yourself.
Uryu, so stingy, Maria.
Thanks, Sakataro. I guess there are no shortcuts in training. I'll make an effort. It's okay, I've been given plenty of hints.
Uryu, do your best, Angie.
Until recently, I thought there was no way something like magic could save me. After all, magic doesn't exist in this world. That kind of thing's supposedly nothing more than an illusion, a delusion, a daydream. However, Miria One-chan showed me that she could fill her own world with happiness using a power that's impossible for me. I used to look down on that happiness as something empty. Because I didn't believe in magic, I also denied everything else, refusing to believe in the happiness that magic gave birth to. But slowly, bit by bit, Maria One-chan's world grew happier. In the past, I disparaged it, thinking it too pitiful to look at. But there might have been nothing more than jealousy. I was forced to admit that. And now, this is my first step in my search for happiness. A vast space. A dry wind that could blow without being blocked by anything. Let me feel that wind blowing through my own hair. See, even the ground might get in my way as I am now. Then I don't need a ground. Brush the ground away. Downwards. In other words, it was as though I had floated up, leaving the ground far behind. After pushing the ground further and further downwards, the ground grew foggy and faint, and for the first time, it began to feel like the sky. Then, I understood its vastness. In that instant, I felt the vivid wind go right through even my body. In other words, blowing through me without any resistance.
Yes. Maintain that sensation.
Yeah, I get it. I get that I've been released from all hindrances.
You did it, Angie! You did it!
Sorry, I hit my fucking ceiling. If you heard that bang, that was me hitting my ceiling because I raised my hand up because I got too into character as Sakutaro. Oh fuck.
You're taking your first step into the world of witches!
This is the world of witches?
Yeah. So let's try practicing the magic that you've always wished for, Angie. Magic that'll summon friends. A magic that'll create allies who will save you from your loneliness. And thereby bring you happiness.
Will Auntie also be able to summon friends like me? Uryu!
This voice is evolving.
As she is now, it's still far too early for Angie to summon friends like Sakutaro from the Sea of Zero. To begin, let's start by practicing with friends that are easy to summon.
President John McCain. Wait, he wasn't president. I think he was a senator. Shit. My joke got ruined by my own stupidity. What will we start with?
Because you're Witch of Matter Sorcia, you are also permitted to use those employed by other witches in the Alliance.
2
For
Sakutaros?
example, Sakutaro was my friend, but since you're in the same alliance, he's your friend too, and you can summon him.
2 Sakutaros!
He's your friend too, and you can summon him. You want to try summoning Sakutaro one of these days? When you're so lonely it gets tough, I'm sure Sakutaro will cheer you up.
I see. You could call Sakutaro a being employed by One-chan. So, as a witch in the same alliance as her, it's possible for me to summon Sakutaro too. It goes back to Amakusa, and he goes in to, like, wake up Angie, and she is in a pile with 5 women who look the exact same, and a child. And Amakusa immediately just turns around and leaves. I met Sakutaro's gaze. How pleasant it would be to have him just be there by my pillow. Okay? So he could talk to me a bit on lonely nights. If I call out, will you appear? And talk to me? Hey, talk to me! I still need to watch that movie. Heard it's good.
I can't wait to be summoned by you, Auntie! Oodie.
Looking happy, Sakutaro pressed his head against me like a cat. But he's a fox, bear, lion oh wait, no, he's a lion. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Fuck me, I guess. I got it wrong. That's on me. Suddenly, getting a cute younger brother felt a bit confusing, a bit embarrassing, and a bit nice. Why confusing? Unable to understand why I couldn't honestly accept this feeling, I felt tears well up in my eyes. Right. I'll give it all I've got, One-chan.
Let's practice. Let's try summoning the furniture of Beatrice, a witch from the same alliance.
Ronobe? Beatrice's furniture. Hearing Beatrice's name gave me a slightly strange feeling. When it came to the crime on Rokkenjima, the public kept going on in a frenzy about how it was a sacrifice ceremony performed by a witch. And that witch was Beatrice. So, if the witch did commit that crime, also I just want to say, I know I always bring it up, but specifically, what goes on in my head whenever I see this portrait is from the Lethero video, the Silver campaign, where he plays through Sonic 06. And there's a part where, like, they're just, like, making a joke when they see Eggman, and them as Elise are going, nipples! Pointing out, like, how his outfit looks like he has a shit ton of, like, nipples in the Sonic 06. And that sound clip just appears in my head whenever I see this. Just, nipples! So, and the witch was Beatrice. So, if the witch did commit that crime, that would make her the culprit who stole my family from me. However, Maria One-chan said that Beatrice was a good witch. If I held negative emotions towards Beatrice, she'd get mad, leading to a nasty fight and refuse to talk for a while. I can't tell Maria that I think Beatrice is a bitch. She might be upset at me. At this moment, One-chan was my only close friend. So to avoid worsening her mood, I decided to think of Beatrice as nothing more than One-chan's magic teacher. Also, I believe that the crime was a conspiracy cooked up by Aunt Ava. I would definitely expose the truth about that someday.
Andrew, obstructions are entering your body again.
And that's how you know it's a good Saturday night. Sorry, I lost my concentration. One more time. I'd expect no less from you, One. You'd instantly notice that I was being overcome with idle thoughts. After shaking my head just once, I reimagined the wind blowing through a vast space. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory? That's a pretty creepy name.
But they're very energetic and fun kids. They might become your new friends, Sanju.
Or more than that.
First, I'll show you how to summon them. Watch.
Maria One-chan lifted both hands up to the level of her head and quietly unified her mind. The state I wasn't able to reach except by meditating for a long period of time, she reached in the span of a few quick breaths. Then, a pale light began to gather in her palms, and one by one, the girls began to show themselves. 1, 2, 3 people. 4, 5, 6, 7 people. The way they were summoned one after another in a line was a masterpiece. Incredible. Just like the illustration in One-chan's grimoire. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory. The younger sisters were behind the eldest, Lucifer, who saluted One-chan. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory right here! Lady Maria, it's been quite some time!
Yes. Long time no see. Is everyone well?
We furniture are what we are because we are used. To us, being summoned after so long is truly an honor. Sakutaro! It's been so long! Get the fuck away from the Shota. Where's this gonna go?
Hey, you said it.
Where's this? I know how this author is. I've seen what he had Battler write about Maria. I've seen what he's made Battler say about Maria. What is he gonna make Asmodeus, the sister of lust, say to Sakutaro? You like it to listen? I mean, cute as ever. Also pretty bad. Me first! Today he's so fluffy and squishy and cute. I hate this. Leave him alone. Let me hug him too. Let me hug him too.
My thing.
You.
My green thing.
Can't breathe. I won't run away, so let go of me, everyone. Hey, you all. Are you trying to break Lady Maria's furniture? Oh, anyway, get away from him! Hugging is prohibited! Especially from Asmodeus. I don't know what you're fucking thinking. Even though you're saying that, it looks like you want to hug him the most, but Satan, eh? I almost said Satan, pronounced Satan in, like, the Japanese pronunciation of, like, how you would pronounce that word. So, Satan. Satan.
It's so real.
It's not like I have any interest in something so fluffy, squishy, and cuddly. Baka. Be silent in the presence of Lady Maria and Anji-sama, you foolish sisters! They were so energetic. I was shocked by their sudden burst of activity right after they appeared. And on top of that, I was surprised that the innocent Sakutaro was on such good terms with the 7 sisters. That's unexpected. To think that Sakutaro would be so loved by such shady people. Yeah, they are pretty shady.
I love her outfit here. It's so cute.
Maria are nice.
Angie.
Yeah, I love her witch outfit.
I said Angie.
Oh, you said Angie? I do also love her school outfit. Although I can't stop seeing this and thinking it's the Hylian shield from Legend of Zelda.
They're fellow members of the same alliance. There's nothing to be scared of, right?
But on the off chance that their mood worsens, it looks like they could finish Sakatara off in an instant. I also don't trust the one that's named Best State of
No,
Lust.
they love him. They love him.
It's alright. The witches of the alliance and their furniture are all friends. So Sakutaro can play without worrying.
I need to see Sakutaro and Ronave hanging out. I need to see that.
Of course, that goes for you and me too, Angie.
It was one of the pacts of the Mariage Social. Mutual non-aggression and non-interference. Member witches must respect each other's magic and creations. Even the sisters, who are normally shady and belligerent, treated fellow alliance members as friends. So, to the seven sisters, Sakutaro was a mutual friend. He was loved by all of them, and they were even trying to steal him away from each other. The scene as they squeezed him and loved him was a bit charming. I feel like I've seen this in a manga I wish I've never read.
It's fine. Look, he loves it.
Yeah, and they enjoyed it in that manga I wish I never read too. For context, how I consume media in general, but specifically manga and anime. I don't know if I've ever said this on the channel before, but I see something, I see like the title, because manga and anime titles are always fucking insane, and then I look at the description, which somehow makes it even more insane, and then I think, this looks fucking insane. What the hell is going on in this manga? I need to know more. So I have a lot of morbid curiosity with manga with insane names. And to be fair, I prefer this kind of morbid curiosity instead of the morbid curiosity where I'm on like Live Leak or something.
That's more my thing.
The scene as they squeezed him and loved him was a bit charming. Hey, see, they're fellow members of the Mariage Social, after all. I keep trying to... It's probably Italian, but I keep trying to do it in a French pronunciation.
It is French. It is French.
It is French? Sick.
It is French.
Sorry, all Italians. At a glance, you'd think that Sakutaro's casual atmosphere and the Seven Sisters' shady one would be like water and oil. It looked like they definitely wouldn't be compatible. And yet, they were interacting in a friendly way like it was completely natural. If this wonderful alliance could join all the peoples of the world together, I wonder if everyone in the world would be able to become friends right away.
Well, you sisters, listen. Right now, Enja is in the middle of magic training. So I want everyone to lend their power.
Certainly, Lady Maria. But what specifically?
Magical power materializing, you'll move from me to Enji. In that state, I want you to be by her side all the time. You just have to talk with her.
My apologies. But I wonder if Angie's summon magical power will be able to easily summon all seven of us around the clock. The older sister, Lucifer, gazed at my complexion as she advised this, speaking reservedly. In other words, she was saying that the burden might be heavy for me at this point in time.
That's the kind of training it is. Enja has more talent in magic than everyone imagines. It'll be pretty tough, but I think it's worth it for Enja to take this challenge as she is now.
Yeah, isn't that like the point of like exercising? You have to do something like slightly outside of your comfort range, and that's like what helps you?
Yeah.
I say as someone who hates exercising.
I confirm as someone who loves it.
Okay.
And knows that it's important to have to not go crazy Too crazy.
And just starting now, I'll move the magic power, materializing them over to you. In other words, it will become as though you had summoned them.
So, what Maria One-chan was trying to say was something like this. To keep the Seven Sisters materialized, you are continuously burdened with a significant amount of magical power. Maybe you could say it was like training while wearing a weighted wristband. Hey!
You doing all the Seven Sisters would be pretty tough.
Speak for yourself. Sorry, that was my battler coming out.
I think that's your entry coming out.
Isn't that asking a lot of Angie all of a sudden?
Thank you, Sakataro. But this is training to become a witch. I want to see how far I can go. The seven of them certainly do seem to be boisterous, but even as this is for training, having them with me will surely distract me from my loneliness, at least a little. I understood it would be an ordeal, but wanted to give it a shot.
Don't overdo it if it gets tough, okay? And everyone, if it looks tough for Angie, take it easy.
Certainly! Get it, everyone! Yeah, Sone-sama! Well then, Angie-sama. For now, we, the seven sisters of Purgatory, will become your furniture. Lady Maria, if you would.
Yeah. So, Angie, can we start?
Sure. I'm a little nervous.
Oh dear. This might be tough all of a sudden. If you feel like you're getting a headache, lower your magic power immediately.
Okay, I'll move the source of magic power to Angie.
In an instant, the inside of my head felt very heavy. This is... yeah. It's done. Until then, the inside of my head had only been used for myself. It was almost like it is now being used for 7 other people. Oh! If they just stood there and blinked once or let out a single sigh, that would put a strong pressure on my head. Lady Maria? Apologies, but perhaps the burden of all 7 sisters I want might be too great for her. Too great after all. Okay.
No. It won't work after all. You're using all your energy to materialize them. There's no point if the burden is such that you can't balance it with your everyday life. And anyway, this is a bit unrefined for a witch.
Oh dear. That's why I said doing so many suddenly was impossible. Everyone erase yourself for a bit.
Right. It seems it'd be better to lower the number of people. Asmo, erase yourself.
Me again? I'm opposed to youngest sister bullying. It should be starting from the top every once in a while. Oh no!
Don't make a ruckus, Asmo and Leviathan. That kind of disturbance will become a burden to Angie-sama. They look over and Angie's just fucking dead. The noise they're making is also a burden, stupid Satan! The 7 sisters started arguing over who should erase themselves first. The energy from that fight all became a burden, forcing Angie to bear an even greater headache. In the end, they decided the order with rock, paper, scissors, and 1, 2, 3 of them disappeared. But even at that level, Angie was still far from comfortable. In the end, once 6 of them had erased themselves, I was finally able to calm my breathing. With my magical power, forget the 7 sisters, just 1 person is my limit. That means, Sakataro is up to you. Stop! Sheesh. Looks like it's not the Seven Sisters, but just me, right? You're a bit unreliable, Angie-sama. Memon, who had won all of the rock paper scissors matches and who was permitted to remain until the end, grumbled.
Memon, you shouldn't say things like that. Angie is still just starting her training. Are you alright, Angie? Is your headache okay?
Sakataro stretched up on his tiptoes, trying to pat Angie's head. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Watching this, Maria scratched her head, acknowledging that this sudden training had been too difficult.
Maybe that was a little too much. I'd be perfectly fine with this much, though. The more friends you have, the more fun it is.
Now I'm even more aware how incredible you are, One-chan. Apparently, when one reaches Maria One-chan's class, one can summon enough people to form in an orchestra. For a witch apprentice, that's awe-inspiring. Are you okay? Angie-sama? Sorry. It looks like summoning you is the most I can do. Well, I guess I'm okay with that. After all, of all the Seven Sisters, I get Angie-sama all to myself. Oh, kiss already. What do you think, Angie-sama? If it's just me, will it be a burden for you? Oh my god. No, I think I'll be able to manage you alone somehow. Then please train a lot and cultivate your magic power a bunch. Then someday, for sure, please bring the Seven Sisters together and let us serve you. Promise? After confirming that, for the time being, her own materialization wasn't causing any issues. Memon immediately became cheery again and tried to make me promise to work harder. I see. That definitely fits with her being greed. But maybe you could also call it having a positive attitude. Yes, I promise. I have to be able to do at least that much someday. Thank you, Angie-sama. I, Memon of Greed, will surely serve you until that day. My headache finally abated and I relaxed both hands, which had been clutching on my head. Then, Memon stuck out her hand, helping me stand back up.
Uryu? Maria, Angie, it's about that time. If we don't return to the room, you'll be scolded.
Ah! What's happening?
She needs to go to her room.
Huh?
Or something. She needs to go to the room.
Oh. I didn't expect Sakataro to talk about the time. I was brought back into reality. Oops, there goes gravity. The fuck? As though the light had disappeared, the vast world sunk into the darkness. And I was in a tiny, tiny bathroom stall, sitting on a toilet. One-chan's grimoire was open on my lap. I looked at the clock. It was almost 8. Or 20. Time for lights out. If I showed up late for the roll call before lights out, not only will things get pretty annoying, but it'll cause trouble for my roommates and floor mates. I couldn't care less about causing them trouble, but I don't want them messing with me later. My free time by myself is already over for today. I'll sleep, wake up, tomorrow will begin, and another long, long gray-colored day will repeat again. I closed the grimoire and rose from the toilet seat. That time, One-chan appeared again and spoke.
Hey, Angie. You're forgetting your training. Take Memon with you.
I'd forgotten. The moment I returned to reality, Memon's materialization had stopped. One more time, I created a strong image of the existence of Memon in my mind. Sheesh, you're so mean, Angie-sama. Why'd you erase me so suddenly? And this way you won't be able to call all 7 sisters easily. I'm sorry. I got careless. It's been incredibly long since I've materialized in the human world, so I'm interested in absolutely everything. I know, I know logically it's probably gonna be one of my favorite tropes in media, which I call not DID. Where, it's DID, but the media doesn't want to say it's DID, so they give you, some weird science version, weird magical version of it. The best example being Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077. I just love the trope of the protagonist having an imaginary friend, basically. only they can see and just fucking interaction fucks around with the world. I really like that trope. I really like how it's done. Arkham Knight also did a really good way with that for Joker. It's great. It's great.
I'll say Umineko never really addresses it as like a plurality thing.
Yeah.
In I mean, there was the stuff about multiple personalities at near the start.
Yeah.
Where they talked about that kind of, you know, foreshadowed all this, but it's never really explicitly diagnosed.
Yeah.
Not in Umineko. In the next game in the series, it is a plurality is very explicitly addressed. It is a part of the world building.
Hell yeah. But what I was saying is, I know it's just gonna be like, only Angie can see Memon, but I kind of want Memon to just be there, and people are like, who the fuck is this? Like in the middle of this Catholic school, just like, who the fuck is this? I'm getting a bit excited. Where is this? The St. Lucia Academy dormitory. There's a stall in this shared bathroom. Each room has its own bathroom, so no one comes here. It's quiet and perfect for reading books. So in this dorm, you have to hide in a toilet stall even to read a book? Do they burn books or something? Well, it's a Catholic school, so not far off. I have a two-person room, so my roommate is always there. Our relationship is gloomy, and it feels like I'm always getting ignored. The atmosphere is bad, so I can't relax there. And as long as I'm not there, she can do what she likes, call her friends over, and chat away. It's more convenient for them, too, if I don't return until just before lights out. There's also a library, but there's a group that uses it as a meeting place, and they're always talking behind my back. So I don't like to go there. During lunch, it's the bushes behind the school building. During the night, it's the stall in the shared bathroom in the dorms. Those are the only hideaways where I can find peace. I opened the door to the stall, and went out. I turned around, signaling with my eyes for Mammon to come with me.
It's so real.
I don't really get it, but I realized it'd be hard to call this place pleasant for you, Angie-sama. Let's go out quickly. I hate the air here. Really? I think the air here is the most decent.
The fucking abused kid habit of hanging out in the bathroom.
Is that habit?
Sometimes it's just the only place in a house you have privacy. And
Okay,
where no one bothers you.
Yeah, that makes sense. When I left the bathroom and entered the corridor, because it was near lights out time, several kids who had gone to play in other rooms were dashing back to their own. When it came time for lights out, we had to change into uniform pajamas that we hated and called prison clothes. Line up in the hallway and go through the dorm leader's roll call. What the fuck? On the off chance that someone was late, we would take collective responsibility, and all of the floor mates would have to undergo punishment in the form of volunteer work. As long as I avoided this, the girls would look at me coldly, but they wouldn't get in my way. That alone was enough for me. Memon looked at the passing kids and the furnishings of the dorm with interest. Without paying her any particular attention, I hurried back to my room. In front of my room was my roommate, who had already changed into her prison clothes, chatting with some kids from the room next door. When they noticed me hurrying back, the topic of their conversation noticeably changed. They lowered their voices, stealing glances at me. I acted like I didn't notice and went to my room and changed. Then I hastily went out to the corridor. Everyone was already lined up. Hey, this is weird. I thought this was a school for rich girls. It's like a prison. It's stupid. You think so too? That's what I think. And unlike prison, you don't get out early for good behavior. After badmouthing the place, I noticed something. Having someone to listen to your complaints feels surprisingly good. Fortunately, Mammoth's form can only be seen by her summoner, me. And of course, there was no need to speak out loud for this conversation. All I had to do was speak inside my mind so no one could listen in. Magic, and the friends it creates. Might actually not be so bad. All these people are sheltered brats. Feels like they aren't even alive. Stop it. If you're seen by some chance, it'll be pretty bad, right? Humans without a fragment of hopes or dreams are like a lump of anti-magic. There's no way they'll be able to see me. You lower life forms can't even see! Are you okay with being around so many humans with that magic-resisting toxin? I'm fine as long as you continue to make me materialize, Angie-sama. Although, since you'll probably have to keep concentrating to materialize me, there's a chance you'll neglect your daily life. Look, that girl you're sharing a room with is calling you, right? Oh.
Shiromiya-san, are you listening? About our weekly duty starting next week.
She's probably trying to push a few more chores onto me. My roommate, who never even looked me in the eye normally, was smiling at me unpleasantly. But it would be easier to have the weekly duty push onto me alone rather than doing it together with her. That's a small price to pay to have her continue to ignore me non-stop. Even so, with a completely shameless excuse, she sidestepped the issue for some reason and insisted on flipping the situation around, as though I should have come forward and done on my own initiative. One of the special traits of this academy is that it's full of girls who don't know how to ask a favor. That kid! She pisses me off! I'd love to just gouge her right in the forehead! Yeah. I hope you do one of these days. Yeah. I have a friend nearby all the time to complain to. Makes me happier than I thought it would. It really was lively with all the 7 sisters gathered together. I'm sure just watching them mess around will be a lot of fun. I want to gain enough
She's
magical...
Angie's attack dog.
What?
She's Angie's attack dog.
I want to gain enough magical power to summon all the 7 sisters at once, and soon. So I'll train much, much more. And finally summon the thing I really want to find. Huh? Why did you say you really want to summon, Angie-sama? No one noticed my conversation with myself inside my head and asked about it blankly. I hesitated to talk about it, but then figured there was no reason to hide it and told her. My family. Oni-chan. So you mean the souls of the dead? Calling a resident of another world is summoning, but calling about the souls of the dead is called resurrection. They're completely different. I was kind of hoping my mom would be like, oh, Battler? Oh, that idiot? Resurrection is supposed to be a very high-level magic. I know. So much so that even Maria One-chan can't do it at all. But that's the thing I want to find with magic. The most. I've been warned that it's very difficult high-level magic. So great that, in the worst case, I might not necessarily reach the point even after training for my whole life. Furthermore, I have no vessel. A vessel is vital for making magic succeed, whether it's summoning or resurrection. Because I don't have that, a magic that would already have been difficult is now hopeless. That's right. I have nothing to remember Dad or Mom by. However, by an extraordinary coincidence, I do have something to remember just Oni-chan by. His little black book. And that's this. A hair accessory with the pink jewel? What the hell? I can say it, but it looks a little cheap for you, Angie-sama. Long ago, without telling Dad, I went with Mom to meet Oni-chan, and we would play it in an amusement park. Fuck yeah. This is a prize from the crane game there. I know it's cheap. I realize that it doesn't match my style, and I get that it's too childish. But this hair accessory is the only thing that makes me feel so Battler Oni-chan is by my side. I want her to summon Battler, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on? Just screaming.
Love putting Battler through things.
The glass case had been filled with plastic capsules, packed with fun-looking things. It seemed that each capsule had some cute accessory in it. The game was to grab those with the crane, but I was young and it was too hard for me. I tried it several times, but I didn't even get close. How many flashbacks are we in? Okay, so... Okay, no. This isn't a flashback because it's after the training. But we're still, like, 2 flashbacks deep right now. Mom said that whatever was inside was probably cheap anyway, and we didn't even know what we'd get. So there was no point in getting all upset over it. But whether something was cheap or not wasn't the problem. The process of grabbing happiness with my own hands felt really important and sacred to me. So I wanted the cheap thing inside more than anything. Aww! This is such a cute picture. Oh, this is so adorable. Then
It is so cute.
Battler Oni-chan
I'm just holding back from saying that she looks a little bit like Erica, and it's like a thing.
Then Battler Oni-chan came over after finishing a game of shooting soldiers with a gun, and tried to do it for me. With his arms that were longer than mine, Oni-chan grasped the happiness that I couldn't reach. Oni-chan really was coordinated. It seems he often played with his friends at the arcades. Okay, I'm glad that's where it went. After only 1 or 2 attempts, he grasped that thing on the other side of the glass with the crane that I hadn't even been able to touch, and threw it into the exit chute. When Oni-chan tossed me that capsule, I remember that he looked very, very reliable. For several days, I felt like opening the capsule would be a waste. Then, one day, I finally opened it up. And what revealed itself inside was this pink jeweled hair accessory. Since that day, it's been a symbol for Oni-chan. Since I was young, I felt that having all 4 of us gathered, including Battler Oni-chan, was a precondition for a happy family. So I wanted Oni-chan and Dad to make up quickly. In my own way, I treated this hair accessory as a charm for bringing my whole family together. Aww. So I always used to wear it. I wanted to feel my reliable, fun, and wonderful Oni-chan by my side all the time. And I let him live in our house. But my memories of Oni-chan are very distant. I can't do it as easily as Maria One-chan created Sakutaro from a lion stuffed animal. One day, I'll surely possess the high-level magic to revive the souls of the dead. And the only key, the only vessel that can make that successful is this. I see. I did feel an incredible magical power from that hair accessory. Well, that's what it was. Magical power? There's magical power in this thing that Oni-chan gave me? Maybe I should say that it resides in you, Angie-sama. Your strong desire to call your brother gives you magical power. Resurrection certainly is high-level magic. There can be no mistake that you're steadily and unconsciously climbing the stairs towards it. I'm glad. It's nice to hear someone other than myself acknowledge that. Your own effort isn't something that you can observe by yourself. In that sense, even though these words came from a shady demon girl who controlled one of the 7 deadly sins, they made me very happy. Well, I can't guarantee that you'll obtain the resurrection magic before your life is over. However, your power as a witch is proportional to the height of the mountain you dare to climb. If you don't lose out, I'm sure you'll rival your former master, Beatrice, as a great witch someday. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can become a great witch and revive Oni-chan. No, my family. The Witch of Resurrection, Lady Angie! How wonderful! The Witch of Resurrection is a very rare kind of witch! Having a master like that would make me pretty proud! She's sweating. Actually, I'd love for that to happen. Because Furnish's worth is also proportional to the class of its master. Please give me worth! Please pass me into Sama, become a peerless great witch! As a representative of the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, I'll support you from the bottom of my heart! I thought that if a magical friend were to appear for me too, a cute kid like Sakutaro would be best. But even this 5th sister of the shady 7 sisters who controlled the 7 deadly sins was enough to calm my heart so much all by herself. Maria One-chan has probably known that since long ago. That's why she recommended the world of witches to me over and over again. And I kept on stubbornly rejecting her. I should have given in and started my training as a witch sooner. A year for a child is worth 10 years for an old person, right? Now I find my past self, which only ever complained, deplorable for wasting my precious time. Long after I turned off the lights and...
She's in high school.
Yeah!
What are you talking about?
I have one foot in the grave already! Long after I turned off the lights and slipped into my bed, my mom continued to talk to me alongside my pillow. Aww. I promise. One day, for sure, I'll develop a magical power that can summon the Seven Sisters. And I'll let them have a lively and fun time. The seven of them make a single whole. None can be left out. Family must be together. I must bring them together. My awareness began to return slowly. Unable to stand watching Aunt Rosa and Maria One-chan's relationship, I ran away from Beato's and Oni-chan's game, didn't I? Had to go back. Had to go back, support Oni-chan, and quickly bring him back from the strange world of the witch's game. After all, as long as I'm here, I'm not allowed to call myself Angie. That's a rule you set for yourself. At that time, I felt someone's presence. When I turned around, I could see Memon there. Greta-sama? Pedro-sama said if you do not return soon, it will become a hindrance to the progression of the game. I beg that you return swiftly. God, I would be heartbroken if I was Angie. Thank you. I'll go back now. Isn't it great? What is? That you were able to meet Battler Oni-chan. Oh! Jesus, remember! Is that sarcasm? Well, if that's how it sounds, feel free to call it that. I'm sorry. I should have taken it literally. Yeah, you're right. Even in this screwed up world, being able to meet Oni-chan makes me happy from the bottom of my heart. And you'll win against Beatrice for your Oni-chan's sake? Yes. Can't have him playing around in a world like this forever. It's about time for him to return home. That's why I came to call him. Please do the best you can. Although I can't support you since my current master is Beatrice-sama. I know. Until October 5th, 1986, you're Beatrice's furniture. And eventually, you become my friend. But eventually, you'll throw that friend away. After all... Memon? Memon? Memon moaned as if she bit her tongue, staggering as she clutched her chest. Apparently, the rules apply to the people other than... Oh, okay. Apply to people other than me as well. Are you okay? It's pretty painful. Okay, so she actually can't refer to herself as Angie. Got it. Excuse me, Gretel-sama. No, thank you. Huh? I'm glad. Glad I was able to meet Oni-chan. That's my answer to your first question. Well, let's go back. If I grumble too much, you'll get in trouble with your current master. Yes, I'm glad you understand. But then, Memon? Huh? I'm sure Memon was about to say, well then, this way. But then, she stopped. As though the film had been torn off at that point. It looked like she's suddenly frozen. Then, I noticed. She wasn't the only thing that had frozen. Even the air and floating bits of dust had frozen in place in empty space. A world where it seemed even time had frozen. Yes. This looks like a portent that Burncastle would appear. But the atmosphere was different somehow. Oh? Then, I understood. It wasn't Burncastle! Oh, it was the other witch. I thought we were about to get I thought Erica was about to show up.
Erica's not a witch.
Well, I don't know that.
She only appears in episode 5.
Okay. Okay, now Lambda Delta was very similar to my Seven Sisters voice, right?
I don't know. You
Shit.
can also change her voice.
Then what should I change her voice to?
It's up to you.
Did I do a tsundere voice? Like, could I do you, like, I'm trying to think of what, like, a stereotypical tsundere voice would sound like. I don't know why I feel like tsundere would be a good voice for Lambda.
I think for Lambda it would work.
How are you feeling, Angie? How's that?
Yeah.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Alright. Doesn't sound too similar to any other of my voices.
I don't think so, no.
Alright. I am the Delta. The rules don't apply to you, do they? Of course not! Rules exist to bind others. What kind of idiot would bind themselves with them? Berncastle is a witch who supports me, but this girl's different. This witch supports Beatrice. In other words, she's the being on the opposing side. But there's some kind of difference between her and Beatrice. Even compared to Berncastle, there's something strange about Lambda Delta's existence. Oh, fuck! I almost dropped everything. It's... how should I put it? Maybe like she's a being from a higher dimension. In any event, I was still unsure about how to deal with her. The only thing that was certain was that she was my enemy. No, just knowing that might not be enough. Just knowing that might be enough, but... So, do you have some business with me? Not really. When I listened in on your conversation, it started to get a bit interesting. I thought I'd let you hear something good. You're supposed to be my enemy. I can't think of a reason for you to tell me something that'd help me. The moment I start listening to you, I lose. Bye. See you next time. Don't misunderstand. My opponent is Burn, not you. Consequence, it's possible for there to be a topic that benefits both you and me. Sorry, but I don't feel like listening. Although I said that, I probably won't be released from this frozen time until the Lambda Delta is satisfied. This itself might be proof that she's in a higher dimension than me. I haven't been given the option of not listening to her. All I can do is try not to be shaken by anything she says and strengthen my mental guard. She'll probably try to make me believe something disadvantageous to me, threatening me. You don't need to square off like that. I just came to resolve your misunderstanding. No, that's not quite it. I came to let you know about the lie Berncastle told you. Berncastle lied? Didn't Bern make it sound like your big brother would come back if you defeated Beata? Who knows? I don't feel like talking with you. My brother coming home. I haven't been promised anything that dreamlike. Getting just one person only if I was lucky. I've been a promise without very high hopes. But that's enough for me. After being promised an eternity of isolation, having a faint but still non-zero chance looks like a shining beacon. In a way, that promise of Bern's wasn't a lie. If Bern promised, I'm sure that if you defeat Beto, Battler and your parents will be released and will come back to you. Then there's no problem. Seriously? That kid is surprisingly cruel. To think she'd deceive you, even though she knows. How are you saying I was deceived? Damn. I'm letting her take the initiative. But I won't be released until I land near to her. So it's something I'll have to hear anyway. Even though I realized I was falling into a trap, I urged her forwards. What year is it now? You're talking about the world of the game board? In that case, it's October 4th, 1986. That's right. So if you win against Beto, then on October 6th, when the typhoon has passed, the people who were trapped on the island will return. On October 6th, 1986. That is right. So what? How was your October 6th, 1986? You were at your relative's house, right? I've been in the house of the I've been at the house of the only Sumadera family. I've been at the house of the only Sumadera my mother trusted, Grandpa. We got a call. When I was playing with building blocks in the tatami room, we got that call. After watching to make sure that I remember, The eyed remembered Vendetta laughed unpleasantly and spoke. Hey! On your October 6, 1986, did Battler Oni-chan come home? This song. Ooh. Even though I didn't understand what she was saying, I noticed an unpleasant sweat sweeping out all over my face. I don't get it. I don't get it! This is what she's saying. Me? If you defeat Bento, Battler will certainly be released. And he'll probably return home. To his home in 1986. After all, that's how it is, right? Battler was locked up from the 4th to the 5th of October in 1986. It's only natural that he returned the next day if he were to be released, right? And you? You're a person from the year 1998. You're Ushiro Miya Angie of the year 1998, where Battler did not return. Know what that means? What are you talking about? Family came back home on October 6th. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I'd come home from Grandpa's house right away, and then we'd meet. Everyone would be happy. Yeah, Ushiro Angie probably would be reunited with her family. The 6-year-old Ushiro Angie from 1986 would, right? Who am I? Ushiro Angie, an 18-year-old one. No, that's not it. You aren't Ushiro Angie. You're a witch's piece with that name. Strictly speaking, the name Angie Beatrice belongs to a completely different person, huh? You know what that means? I don't really get it anymore. Huh? Huh? Who am I? Huh? And that's why I think Burn's cruel. No, I think she's a meanie. Especially since it's not like she hasn't gone through the same thing herself. Am I being tricked somehow? Yeah, but please don't blame Burn, okay? After all, depending on how you look at it, that kid isn't lying. If Beto is defeated, your family will be returned. Returned to Ushiro Angie. But you probably didn't say that this Ushiro Angie would be you, right? Was it like that? Was it like that? What did Burn Castle say to me again? Your assistance is required. Your family needs it. Burn Castle started by saying that. Then I spoke. If I save them, does that mean my family will come home? How did Burn Castle answer that again? I cannot promise that. She did make me a promise, in exchange for accepting this fight. Yes, this is what she said. In exchange, I will search for a fragment with the ideal world that you wish for. A world where your family comes home. Yeah, that's right. She didn't say any more than that she'd look for it. She didn't say she'd find it. I was prepared for that from the beginning. But even so, that child promised that as long as I didn't give up, there was a faint chance of it happening. And in the end, she said this. I'm giving you a chance for revenge. In exchange, I promise to search for and bring you the happiest resolution among the possibilities you're capable of accepting. I've known it was a tough bet from the very beginning. After all, I have no family in my 1998. Even just a small chance of shaking that absolute zero would be worth it. I was warned beforehand that even if I succeeded in my revenge, it might be a wasted effort. So, yeah, there's no lie in that part. Beta's game board is perfect. Even having you around makes the chances of Beta losing so slim that it's doubtful you could even dream of it happening once in your life. In other words, your chance of winning is almost zero. So absolute that it could be regarded as could be regarded as infinitely close to zero. So Burn can be forgiven for saying that part in such an evasive way. But I can say for sure that she was tricking you when she let you get your hopes up. After all, even if you could overcome astronomical odds and win, the person your family will come back to isn't you. It's the 6-year-old Angie that exists in this 1986, the true Ushiro Angie. Not you.
Then we'll still probably go around the billions of fragments searching for the best world for you. But didn't she tell you that she planned on bringing it to you as a present, but wasn't able to find it? She did. Finally starting to notice, are you? No reward has been prepared for you in this battle. No, the contrary. When smashed, Beto's game board will disappear. Then you, as a piece, will disappear. This sort of goal you'd be capable of accepting is completely. No. I'll proclaim it upon my name. Upon the name of the Witch of Certainty, Lambda Delta. I proclaim that it certainly doesn't exist. Can't be. That's what Byrne lied about. Or should I call it speaking in riddles? You made you misunderstand and think you could be saved. We need to clear that up. In other words, no matter how hard I fight, no matter how hard I pursue victory, my family won't come back to me. Right, they won't come back. With certainty. The Witch of Certainty says it with certainty! Isn't this incredible? Fellow ancient kings have dedicated historical buildings to me because they want me to give them certainty. And here I am, graciously giving to you as a present. Isn't this really incredible, cute and marvelous? Oh, but I have a single good proposition for you. Damn. I'm getting completely overwhelmed. Knew I shouldn't have listened. And now I'm starting to be overwhelmed by this witch Lambda Delta. My opponent is Byrne, not you. Didn't I just say it's possible for the two of us to talk about something that benefits us both? I said that from the beginning. So listen to me. You have no choice. Okay. Listen. Just gotta listen, right? I finally lost control over my emotions and exploded from the inside. I don't have a clue anymore. I believed that I was Angie, but at some point I stopped being Angie. That's right, I'm Angie, not Angie. Who am I? I'm not my parents' child, not my brother's little sister. I'm just a piece in a witch's game. There's no need to be so pessimistic. I mean, think about it, okay? Right now, you're together with Battler Oni-chan. Well, it's true that you can't tell him your name. That's your position as his ally in a game where he battles a witch. And you're able to be with him for all eternity. Know what it means? I can't stand it. I understand. In other words, as long as Oni-chan keeps getting a tie in this game, it will continue forever. Continuing to tie means continuing the game for eternity. And it means that I can remain with Oni-chan as a piece. But if Oni-chan wins or loses and the curtain closes on the game, you, as a piece, will disappear. How do you define happiness for game piece? Getting used by someone playing the game, nothing more. You won't find it when the game's shut in a closet, gathering dust, right? In the past, the Seven Sisters of Purgatory said it as well. Furniture's happiness comes from being used, not being stored away. That's right. I am now the witch's furniture. Let's change things around a bit. To be honest, I want this game to continue in a tie for all eternity. An unending game is an eternal cage. An absolute closed room that never opens for all time and that'll finally make Byrne surrender. You know, Beato does want to win a bit. Victory by making Battler surrender. But that's actually a problem for me. After all, if the game ends, the closed room will fall apart. So I'll go easy on Battler for a bit to stop him from surrendering. Don't worry, okay? When Battler's about to surrender, I'll become his ally. But you know, I get the feeling that Beato is faintly starting to realize. I think she's starting to realize that her victory won't come for all eternity in this game. When she is, of course, the Endless Witch. Beito's stupid, so she optimistically thinks that even so, she'll surely win eventually. Like she just has to repeat this game on and on endlessly. Of course, pretty much all blondes are morons, says a blonde.
I think that's the joke.
in this game of witches. There will never be a victory or a loss. I won't let her win, and I won't let her lose. With certainty. Byrne noticed that, so she looked for the most powerful piece for breaking that deadlock, found you, and threw you in. To make this game end, you see? To make this game end. Let the pieces roll when the game ends. I'll state it clearly. Your existence is a contradiction. Your reason for existing is to bury yourself in the darkness and despair. My goal is to defeat Beato and release my captive family. And yet, even if I succeed, I won't be rewarded. You cannot lose, and you won't be rewarded if you win. So, I brought you a third choice. And that choice will make our interests coincide. Continuing the tie for all eternity. Yes! As long as the tie continues forever, this world will not crumble. What is this world? It's the world of the game with the witch. A world where Beato and Battler fight for all eternity. And at the same time, it's a world where you get to be with Battler for all eternity. My head was spinning. My confusion became a hot liquid and I felt it pouring from my eyes. So hot that it felt like it burned my face. Right? Auntie Beatrice? Since Burncastle's goal is to end the game and end the world where you and Battler can interact, why should you be her ally? It tricked you, you see? She made it look like you might be saved if you gave her peace. But I won't deceive you. I'll say it, Angie. Become my chess piece. Unlike Byrne, I won't offer you rewards based on lies that certainly will never be granted. As long as you become my piece and help me so that this world certainly never ends, then with certainty, I'll swear upon my name that this world will certainly continue. Not all. I'll add on a bonus. This rule that binds you, I'll clear it away for you. Well, of course, I'll only do it after you've sworn to become my piece, okay? My own throat. There was a thick, loud gulping sound. I shouldn't have listened. If I hadn't listened, I could have remained an innocent little sister praying for my brother's victory. Might be different now. Might have been degraded into a witch's furniture. One that cares about nothing but being by Oni-chan's side. I'm telling you to betray your brother, okay? If it looks like Battler's gonna lose, you can save him with all you've got. On the other hand, when Battler closes in on Beato too much, I want you to hold back a little. That's all I'm asking, alright? Don't worry. There's no need to actually betray Battler. Battler can't win against Beato alone. That's why Byrne threw you in, you see? As long as you don't lend a hand, Battler will be unable to win against Beato for all eternity. See? It's really simple, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, I got really into that. I'm fucking sweating.
Yeah, damn. I can tell. Not the sweating part, but I can tell you got really into that.
Alright, and that's where we're gonna end it. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm struggling. Come on.
Wow, this is a really long time since we last read.
Yeah. Oh my god. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Umineko. And if you made it through this whole video with the audio, thank you so much. It's probably gonna be like this for a bit.
It sounds fine.
I know, but I'm anxious about it.
You're... there.
So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye for now.